The skies trembled when he was angry. The entire villages burned with a single strike. This was Sango, the king who commanded fire itself. In the ancient Oyo kingdom, centuries ago, a child was born who would change the very course of history. His name was Sango. From the moment he opened his eyes, whispers spread through the palace. Something was different about him. The midwives spoke of sparks in his gaze, of heat that radiated from his tiny hands. The elders muttered prayers and warnings. They said, "This child is not like the others. He carries the fire of the gods within him." As Sango grew, his fire only burned brighter. Unlike other children, he did not play with sticks or stones. He played with sparks. The villagers whispered that the boy could summon flames with a single clap of his hands. The palace walls echoed with fear and awe. Even the king, his father, wondered, was this child a blessing or a curse? But Sango cared little for their fear. He reveled in his gift, testing his limits until the very earth seemed to tremble at his laughter. Years passed, and Sango's fire could no longer be contained. The boy of sparks had become a man of flames. When the throne of Oyo stood vacant, many doubted him. They feared his temper, his uncontrollable gift, but fear was not enough to stop destiny. Sango claimed the crown, and with it, the empire. From the moment he sat upon the throne, thunder rolled across the skies, as if the heavens themselves had bowed to their new master. The Oyo kingdom had a king unlike any before, a king of fire and storm. At first, Sango ruled with strength and wisdom, but his temper was a storm waiting to be unleashed. When angered, the skies darkened, and fire rained from above. The people of Oyo trembled, for their king was not just a man, he was a storm given flesh. Villages that dared defy him were consumed in flame. Even his enemies whispered his name with fear. They said, "Beware the wrath of Sango, for his fury burns hotter than the sun itself." But even the greatest kings are not invincible. Sango's wrath, though mighty, brought enemies in silence. Whispers of rebellion grew among his closest allies. Some feared him, others envied him, and some hungered for his throne. Betrayal crept into his palace like a shadow. One night, when the storm raged fiercest, Sango was deceived. His most trusted warriors turned against him. The king of fire, who once made the earth tremble, now found himself surrounded. He fought like a god, flames bursting with every strike. But even fire can be smothered. Outnumbered, exhausted, and betrayed, Sango was driven from his throne. His enemies pressed harder, forcing him to retreat into the storm. Alone, he fled the palace he once ruled, his crown slipping into the hands of traitors. The Fire King was undone not by war but by betrayal. Surrounded by betrayal and haunted by men who once swore loyalty, Sango stood at the edge of despair. The skies darkened above Oyo. Thunder rumbled like drums of war, and lightning tore across the heavens. Some say he fled to the town of Koso, with his enemies close behind. Others believe he climbed a sacred hill, fire burning in his eyes as the storm gathered around him. It was there, on that hill beneath the raging storm, that Sango made his final choice. He would not bow to traitors. With one last cry, he called upon the fire and storm. Lightning struck, flames erupted, skies split open, and with a deafening roar, Sango vanished into the storm. But the people said he did not die. No, his spirit became the thunder itself. From that day on, whenever the heavens roared, they shouted his name, Sango, the king who rose beyond death, the god of thunder and fire. And so, the tale of Sango reminds us, legends never truly die, they live on in the storms above and in the stories we tell. If you enjoyed this journey into Nigeria's past, join us as we uncover more forgotten tales of power, courage, and mystery. This is Niger Chronicles by Harobed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let us know in the comments, do you believe Sango truly became the god of thunder?